and welcome to another edition of Dallas Football Network. Antonio Williams, as always.
In here.
How we doing?
Hey, I'm doing well.
You ready to talk Dallas Cowboys Draft Central pick? Draft. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong show. We're a little bit early. Sorry, guys. Jamie Kelton in New York City. Scooter loved that one. I know you did. You're already thinking about the draft as well. All right, we're going to get everyone's opening statement on this train wreck of a season for the Cowboys. What a lovely year they're having. Scooter, we'll start with you, the ultimate optimist. Are you still guys an optimist?
I am optimistic that we will get a high draft pick that will turn our fortunes around next season. With Dak out, you're gonna have to. We're just in an evaluation point right now. What do we have in Trey Lance? What do we have in Rico Dowdle? Are we going to take a running back high? That's where kind of things are defaulting right now. But, hey, look, we got Zeke 1 year, and then the next season we turn things around. I'm hopeful that that's exactly what can happen right here.
Optimist. He's still an optimist.
I love it. I love the eternal optimist.
How are you on the fence now?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, Yates. The Cowboys have made the most extraordinary turnaround in league history, going from a team with a 16-game home winning streak after beating the Lions last December to losing 5 straight at home by an average of 22 points. I think only an astrologer could say that they saw this coming. Definitely no one looking at the stats. Disappointing.
What do you got?
Well, here's what I think. I think you can't fall for the trick bag when you're looking at this as it relates to teams, right? They've been telling us that we're going for it. We're trying to win it now. I can tell you from working in roster construction, there's branding and there's truth, right?
Yeah.
The truth is, other than Dak, other than Zach Martin, and other than Brandon Aubrey, when you look at this team, all the players that play a significant role are in their early or mid-20s. So while they're telling the public to fall for the trick bag that we're trying to win now, the reality is this rebuild, this tear down, take the Band-Aid off, that's been going on.
Yeah.
But people are falling for the trick bag.
And I apologize to everybody. Like 3 weeks ago, with a 5-game stretch, I said they'd win 1 game. That prediction was horrible. They're not going to win any. They're going to go 0-5. So I apologize. I predicted 1-4. I got y'all's hopes up that they'd win 1 stinking game. Okay, the loss of the Eagles was the Cowboys' 4th straight at home since winning at Pittsburgh in October. They're 0-4 at home. Look at these numbers. Come on, this has got to be a joke. It's got to be a joke. Points scored, as many as turnovers. That's not bad. That's pathetic. That's horrible.
Tell them how you really feel, Yates.
Well, the numbers don't lie there. Scooter, we got to come to you and do your segment because you watch this game, and I love this. He's a social media. You've seen his stuff. Everybody watching. One of the best at this. I want to see you watching this game from your perspective. Why don't you tell us about your segment?
As a diehard Cowboys fan, I would say the Eagles are public enemy number 1. So we're going into this game a little bit hopeful. We didn't really know all the news about Dak yet. He wasn't completely shut down. There was still some hope. So this is that hope leaving all the Cowboys fans. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Cowboys fans, during the Eagles game,
go, baby. I'm gonna laugh so hard if Cooper Rush beats the Eagles. Good thing Micah Parsons back now. Just in time for Dak to be out the whole season. Is DeMarcus Lawrence back yet? And we go 3-and-out with Cooper Rush. Nothing's changed. Did our defense actually stop them? Okay. What is Cooper Rush doing? How do you fumble the snap like that? Then you let this man rip the ball away from you? I thought Cooper Rush was better than Dak. Remember, you wanted this, huh? Of course they tush push. 0-7 Eagles. Is this Rico Dowdle's breakout game? Maybe we don't go running back in the first. Settling for field goal. Nothing's changed with Cooper Rush. Brandon Aubrey, automatic. 3-7 Eagles. Interception, dig It's in the end zone! Can you dig it? Nice to see Jalen Hurts in midseason form already. The Eagles are not good. We might suck, but so do they. Zach, let's go to Barvey and Overshown. He's been the only bright spot on defense. Take the lead right here, offense. Did Zeke just fumble in the end zone? Bruh. Whatever can go wrong will. A fumble! Micah Parsons poked it out! We got it! Let's go! We really couldn't score a touchdown from the 6-yard line. We had 3 tries. At least I had Brandon Aubrey in fantasy. 6-7 Eagles. Now our defense wants to start sucking. Why is Dallas Goddard wide open? Touchdown Eagles. 14-6 at halftime with a backup QB. We honestly should be winning this game. Do we even want to win is the real question. I'm okay with losing a couple positions in the draft order just to beat the Eagles. Second half, if we really go 3 and out, Kalen Carson's getting bullied this game. 3rd and goal, Eagles score. One even bad coverage from Jordan Lewis. We're really allowing all this to take place in front of Romo? Trey Lance is in? Might as well. It's 28-6. Wait, we just put him in for 1 play? Did Cooper Rush just fumble again? What are our linemen doing? Fall on the ball! The Eagles recovered. Now I'm done. Oh wow, the defense held him to a field goal. Now it's only 31-6. Did Jake Ferguson just fumble? That's a catch and a fumble. At least our defense held him to a field goal. Now it's only 34-6. And Trey Lance throws an interception. Okay, I'm done for real. Didn't you want to start Trey Lance over Dak? Weren't you saying that? Can we stop saying Cooper Rush is better than Dak now? The Eagles still suck. I don't care. You think we should go running back in the first round? Or receiver? I've never been looking at mock drafts this early. Is this how Giants fans feel every year? I'm going to sleep. I'm a grown man.
That was rough, Scooter.
The Eagles do suck still. I do not care.
The Kelly Green is hot, Scooter.
Barely beating us in halftime with Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is over here fumbling the snap in shotgun formation. It's like, we could have won that game if you're looking at the first couple of quarters. Then everything fell apart at the end. But
We could have won this game. I still love your optimism, man. I'll tell you what, this team is such a joke that not only on the field, now it's happening with Jerry off the field once again. The sun is setting on the Cowboys season. It's also a problem at AT&T Stadium, as you'll see in Exceptional. Yep, I tweeted this one out. There are the receivers trying to catch a football at the stadium. Oh my God. Hey, Jerry forgot to put the curtains up. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, Warren Sharp. Jerry Jones building a stadium that blinds his own players and causes losses is so on brand. And then Jerry Jones after the game on the curtains. Why don't we just tear the damn stadium down and build another one? Are you kidding me? The world knows where the sun is. Well, obviously your players don't. You get to know almost a year in advance. Someone asked me about the sun. What about the sun? Where's the moon? Okay, that is officially, he's lost his mind. He's totally lost his mind. And this you can't make up. Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy noticed the screens. He stepped up to the podium. Even the press conference has sun problems. And then Jeff, worse than Jerry Curtin controversy, this is what he did. Like Daniel Snyder's honoring a veteran, Tom Landry. Look at that. He's got it sponsored. That is so ridiculous. I want to hear what you guys think about all this and all these. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I can't see. Jerry didn't put curtains in the studio. My gosh, so I can't see. Where's the ball? Where's the microphone? My gosh. What do y'all think of all this? You're like, you can't even talk. You're so stunned.
I will say this. The sunlight does make for elite pictures.
It does. It's beautiful.
Photography you get out of these pictures is amazing. And to give Jerry some grace here, it does affect both teams equally. It's not like the Cowboys are getting punished only from the sun. So it is a equal unfairness to both teams.
Not really, because the Cowboys have to deal with it 9 games. The opponents have to deal with it 1 game. That's the problem.
Yeah, but we're just hearing about Sungate now.
No, we're not. No, No, we're not.
Man, they weren't talking about this.
We've been talking about this for
Man, when
for
they
years.
were 12-5, I didn't hear this from CD.
I was talking about
I didn't hear this from
I
anybody.
was talking about
That's
it.
you.
That's
but
me.
I'm talking about the players.
Oh, no. I've been talking about the
We're
Sun.
12-5, and we're talking about this. Let me make sure that sun is
No,
hit my
remember
spirit
the
right.
playoff
Right? Like,
game?
let me make
That playoff game against the Niners? They couldn't see it. They lost the game.
That's why they lost, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The Sun.
Let's hear from Jamie. I need to be educated.
No,
Jamie.
come on.
Let's
I've
talk.
been talking about the Sun for a while, Jamie.
No, I was going to bring up the same point, Yates, when Cedric Wilson watched that ball go right past him, and then it got intercepted. They lost by 6. Horrible. But it's actually not 9 games. This only happens after daylight savings time. So you're going to see it at the end of November, December.
Wow. She takes it deeper.
I just told you we were going to get educated. Let's go, Jamie.
That's okay. By 1 or 2 games, whatever. It's idiotic is what it is. That's the bottom line.
Let's go, Jamie.
I just don't get it. Dallas has enough problems right now. Like, why are we cutting our nose off despite our face? Let's control what we can control and put the curtains up or some sort of a sticker or something. There's so many solutions to this problem that we can implement immediately. Like, what are we doing here?
All right, we're going to go into something else. But before we do, I got to say one last thing. You know what they should do?
What?
The fans should revolt and like carry curtains up and like stand there the whole game with bags on their face to block the sun and the curtains behind. I think that'd be ideal. All right, there's one thing that'll get Jerry's attention, and that is money. Our producer, Crystal Vasquez, has been filming a Dallas Cowboys documentary for 4 years. This is pretty awesome, pretty impressive stuff on her part. She's been filming this documentary with the Cowboys in the 90s, all the problems they had. It's going to be a great documentary. And she shared a clip from former Cowboys running back Lincoln Coleman, who's a 2-time Super Bowl champion, which is really surprising because he was not very good. He talks about how to get the Cowboys back on track.
If you love the Cowboys, if you want to see the Cowboys back in the Super Bowl, stop buying the t-shirts. Stop buying the hats. But today, whether or not we win, lose, or draw, we're going to buy apparel, and we're going to buy tickets. We're going to buy Cowboy shit, no matter what. So we got to get out of that, and we got to push Jerry to be great again.
Wow, very honest. What do you guys think about that? I mean, do you think it's really, I don't think Jerry really cares. He's going to do what he wants to do. Do you think that's, I don't think the fans not buying anything. The fans are always going to buy some. What do y'all think out there?
In the eloquent words of Suge Knight, if you don't want the executive producer dancing all in the videos, come over here. So essentially that's what's being said.
Yeah.
If you want to believe in the team instead of the brand,
Yeah.
and let's see what's really going on the field. Let's get it back to being tangible. Let's get back to what actually wins as opposed to being caught up in the euphoria of the brand. Come over here.
Right.
So that's exactly what's being said.
Okay. What do you guys think? Scooter, Jamie?
I mean, I do think Jerry Jones is looking at that Forbes list of most valuable teams
Absolutely.
every year. If there were to be a orchestrated fan boycott, I bet you next season there would be a lot more all-in actual moves that would be taking place than what we're seeing right now, instead of just trading for a receiver for a 4th-round pick that may or may not have only caught less than 15 catches. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I do think it would work. I just don't know if you could orchestrate it and how enough people would buy in.
Right. Jamie, you still going to buy gear?
Right. So, Scooter, good in theory, bad in practice. I think Jerry loves an audience. So I think losing the audience and losing, like you said, hit him where it hurts, right? That bottom line would be effective. But how would we actually pull that off? I think not only that it would hurt his bottom line, it would hurt his ego too. Right. I think he gets off on the audience and all the people that are obsessed with the Dallas Cowboys brand. So I think that would be a 1-2 punch there for him.
Okay. America's team, baby. Get the economy back. Okay, it's a foregone conclusion. McCarthy's out of here. He's not, there's no way this guy survives, which is not really fair. I mean, honestly, He's actually a pretty good coach. To win, it's hard to win 12 games in a row in 1 year. To win 3 straight years is pretty impressive. The playoffs has been his downfall. Jerry needs a scapegoat. It's going to be McCarthy. This is this week's topic in Say What.
You know, that's above my pay grade about if Mike is coaching again next year. But, you know, all coaching aside, you know, Mike can leave and go wherever he wants. But the guys, I kind of feel bad for guys like Zach Martin and guys who might be on their last year or on their way out, you know, because that's who I wanted to hold the trophy for. You know, you want to win games and do great things with those type of legends who put in more time and work than Mike McCarthy ever did. So those are the kind of guys that I have so much sympathy and hurt for.
Ooh. I've covered this team since 1990. I've never seen a player. I mean, he can say what he wants, and it was taken out of context, baloney. He called his coach out, and that's wrong. That is horrible. Thoughts?
So what happens again when you're placed in a situation where the coach doesn't demand and command the respect from the roster, and he can't demand and command that respect from the roster because of what happens from above. Yeah. The owner doesn't respect the coach in that way. So again, having been a player myself, also working in roster construction, what happens, the relationship.
You say roster construction, Nike?
No, I'm talking about when I worked in scouting for the Boston Red Sox and for the Phoenix Suns.
Okay.
If there is a disconnect between the ownership and the coaching staff, the amount of talent that you have to overcome that level of dysfunction is almost impossible to accumulate when you're in a salary cap league.
Gotcha. Okay. Scooter, do you defend Parsons or not on this one?
For me, I'm going to defend Parsons on this.
Okay. All right.
People saying you guys are taking this out of context to what he's saying. He's basically saying that I don't feel bad for Mike McCarthy because Mike McCarthy can go and get another job. I don't feel bad for that. I feel bad for my guys, for Zach Martin, who's been in here working year after year after year, putting his body on the line year after year, and he's not going to be able to get anything out of this. There's going to be no Super Bowl for Zach Martin, a Hall of Fame candidate, first round.
Oh, for sure, no doubt.
And he's not going to have anything to show for this career. And so I think that's really all Micah Parsons was saying. Not that, you know, Mike McCarthy sucks or he's a bad guy. No, he's just saying Mike McCarthy's got more time to win more championships. Mike McCarthy's already won a Super Bowl. Zach Martin, that's who I feel bad for. And I think that's all he was trying to say. He might have just mixed up his words a little bit.
He should have kept up the McCarthy and said what you said about the players.
That.
Yeah.
He went and he clarified that later on Twitter. So.
Okay. But he shouldn't have said we put in more hours than the coach. But I like your point about the players. He was defending the players.
Just
Jamie.
physical hours. The physical.
Yeah. I got you.
Was in that regard.
Gotcha. Jamie.
Guys, are we seeing an emotional, implosion of the Dallas Cowboys or what? From Dak saying we effing suck, getting caught on camera with that, to Diggs going after the media, now Parsons disrespecting McCarthy. I hear you, what you're saying, Scooter, but I think he's supposed to be a leader. We're still waiting for him to get paid, right? So maybe that's it. But there's other ways to communicate, I think, your disappointment. And like you said, it was a bad choice of words there, that the team isn't where you want them to be. Understand feeling sympathetic for your players, but maybe Parsons needs a PR lesson in choosing the right words to string together to communicate.
And he was actually having a pretty good game.
It's like, have y'all played sports before?
Oh,
it's a completely different vibe when you're talking about your teammates than when you're talking about your coach.
I actually picked off a Heisman Trophy winner in high school, Ty Detmer. Little known fact about me. So I played football.
I still think it's just overblown. He's just defending his guy.
I got you. I get that point, but it was a touchy one, I think. Okay, we can move on. Let's make the Cowboys great again. MACA, make the Cowboys great again. Okay, guys, 5 topics on the ballot. Let's start with the quarterback. Who should play quarterback with Dak Prescott injured? Everyone vote. What do you got?
Trey Lance.
Okay, we got a Trey Lance.
No, I'm starting Cooper for the first half, and if he goes, 23 passes for 45 yards again, he's out, and Lance is my guy.
I actually think we just signed the best quarterback on our roster in Will Grier to the practice squad. He was on here a couple seasons
I remember
ago.
him.
It depends on what our intentions are. Are we trying to actually win games, which I think would be foolish? Okay, then you put Cooper Rush out there. He's been in the system. He knows the system, right? If we're trying to showcase Trey Lance to maybe get our pick back that we traded for him, you trot Trey Lance out there. And if you just want to see what you have in Will Grier, who I do think is the best backup quarterback right now on our roster,
Interesting.
give him some playing time after he gets in the system with the practice.
Wow, a write-in vote. He's got a write-in vote. And I like what you said as if they're trying to win. They're trying to win either way, but they're losing, so it doesn't matter. But I do like the Will Grier one. That's a good add-in. Who should be the head coach of the Cowboys? I'm going to call this one first because I called it before all these national people. I say bring back Dion because that is so Jerry Jones. That is exactly what he wants, the glamour. And Dion's actually winning at Colorado. And if you don't go him, you go Bill Belichick. But I think Dion would be fun. What do you think?
Dion would be fun, but Dion has already said that he has an issue with coaching guys that are making more money than him. So that's a control issue. That's a respect issue. So imagine if Dion comes in here, whether that's Dion or Belichick, there has to be some sort of change, some sort of give and take as it relates to Jerry Jones. So if Dion is saying, I already have an issue with coaching players that make more money than me, yeah, you're going to give him a check. But if he says that, he's really going to have an issue dealing with players that make more money than him and an owner that is making the decisions that he makes. I don't know. I guess I'll say Dion.
You don't want Jerry Jones to be the head coach?
That's what I really want to see.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be so awesome. That's what we should do.
Yeah.
His last wish. Scooter, who do you got?
I do not think any of these people will be.
Another write-in from Scooter.
I think right now at the top of the list, it's Mike Vrabel going to be an option that's floated out there. And I think you look at someone like Ben Johnson at the Lions, creative, young, fresh. These are all words that do not describe Bill Belichick. He is the opposite of that. He is Mike McCarthy Part 2. We don't need that. We need innovation. And I think you'll get that in Vrabel. You'll get that in Ben Johnson. So I think that's where you start, and you go from there.
Yeah, that's actually honesty, and that's actually the better pick. We were going to write that down, but the season is so bad we were trying to have fun and be entertaining because the other names are funnier. But yeah, I like your two picks actually in off air. Those are the better picks. Jamie.
Yeah, it's I didn't go with the write-in. I like the Vrabel pick. But given the list we had, I'm going with you and Stephen A. Smith and saying Deion Sanders.
Deion, prime time.
Dallas, they need a shot of life. They need a change of culture. They need just some sort of something. They need something going on. But I don't know if with how outspoken and how just what a production he is now. I don't know if Jerry would tee it up for that at this moment with how confident Deion is.
He loves Deion though, man. Okay, biggest disappointment of the season. What do you guys got here? I originally thought it was Diggs, but now with all this Jerry nonsense, I'm going with Jerry. That's a hands down, unanimous decision. You?
It's Jerry.
Okay, don't even say anything else. Scooter, come on.
I'm going to go Jerry. I'm with you.
No write-in? No write-in?
This season, I'm going to put this on Jerry Jones for the lack of moves in the postseason, preseason as well.
Jerry Jones for the curtains, right? I was Dak in a very, very close first runner-up spot because I was really disappointed when the camera caught him saying we freaking suck. That was like insult to injury, right? Now he's hurt.
I said weeks ago that this team was rudderless. I said it weeks ago. That was the word.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah, I got you. Wait, Jamie, so what was yours? You said Jerry or Dak?
We got to go Jerry, but Dak and Jerry just edged Dak.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Top performer. You mean we have a top performer on this team?
This is easy one. Hands down, it's the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders with their show, and I know who Scooter's going to say, and I know the word that he's going to use to describe him too. But the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders and their show on Netflix, you guys, 2.3 million views in the first 4 days it was
Nice.
out. It's played on Netflix's weekly global TV list for 4 weeks and the U.S. TV shows for 5 weeks, and it reached the top 10 in 27 countries around the world. Okay? Who we need to hang our hat on to save the Dallas Cowboys brand this year, it's the cheerleaders.
But you know what, Jamie? You've won it.
She's right.
You've won it over me too. Your speech. I'm switching from Brandon to cheerleaders. I'm going cheerleaders.
The top performer is Jerry Jones.
Okay.
Because he gets in front of the camera and says things.
Okay.
He is the top performer.
Okay.
He says all of these crazy things that people don't, that doesn't make sense. This is all brand with the War Daddy stuff.
Okay.
So when you talk about the cheerleaders are legit, Jerry Jones is a performer.
Okay.
There you
all
go.
right. That was a good spin. That was good. Scooter?
Just from an analytics point of view, CeeDee Lamb is the top performer in this.
Okay. Another write-in.
Top performer. But on that list, I'm going Brandon Aubrey because he has tremendously helped out my fantasy football team. Shout out to Brandon Aubrey, a.k.a. Mr. Automatic.
Biggest reason for lack of success. One more to go. Since 1995, actually. Okay, I'm going to start this one. I'm going to go Rowdy because the mascot is a joke. I hate that mascot. They won't even let Overshown wear the number because, and this is true, they won't let Overshown wear the number 0 because of Rowdy. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Okay,
Dropping
he's
knowledge
the
on the
biggest
show.
it's Rowdy. What do you got?
I can't say the quarterbacks because in an 18 or 19 year span, if you have an undrafted free agent and a 4th round pick and you get the level of quarterback play that you get, it's not the quarterbacks. To me, it's got to be Jerry.
Back
He's a
to
performer.
Jerry.
It's Jerry.
Back to Jerry. Jerry's going to win this whole thing. Scooter. Now let's go Jamie. Jamie.
Yeah, I'm with you, Yates. Rowdy, he started in 1996. There's no coincidence on that timing for me. So, yeah, we got to go Rowdy.
Rowdy. And you know my nickname, by the way, is Rowdy Yates. Did y'all know that?
No, we didn't know that.
Yeah.
Roddy Yates?
Yes.
I love the WWE, so we need that on the
Rowdy
shirt.
Yates from Rawhide.
I know that, but I'm Roddy Piper, so we
I'm not kidding.
We got to get a shirt for that.
Everyone in town calls
And you got to
me,
wear a kilt, too.
They call me Rowdy Yates, so I had to vote Rowdy.
Okay, so wear a kilt.
Okay.
WWE.
Scooter?
I'm going to go Rowdy as well.
Yeah, yes. The mascot wins at Rowdy. You elaborate, or that's all you want to say on that one?
This man is cursed. And he's going to win another Super Bowl until we get a different mascot. We are under a curse of some sort, and I think it has to do with Rowdy.
That's awesome. Rowdy wins. I love this segment. Great job, everyone. That's a good one. Now our picture perfect segment. Great topic of debate is also another debate. Who's the greatest player to ever play for the Cowboys? Some say Bob Lilly. Some say Roger Staubach. But in this week's picture perfect, a guy who would be in that debate as well.
December 1997 at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It was 15 degrees below zero. My first trip to Lambeau was like reliving the 1967 Ice Bowl 30 years later. It was crystal clear, but so cold my camera was fogging and I couldn't feel my fingers. Right at the moment, Deion Sanders intercepted a pass from Brett Favre. Like a Giselle, he ran faster than any player I had ever seen, and he ran it back for a touchdown. He may have been the greatest defensive back to ever play the game.
Scooter, you mentioned on one of your tweets or somewhere about the mock draft in your fan segment. It's something you'll be hearing more and more about. As the season goes on, the draft versus winning is this week's topic of yay or nay. A top 10 draft pick is more important than winning games down the stretch. No brainer for me. get the top pick, get it however you can. They're not going anywhere. Take the pick.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
That's easy.
That's what I did, so I know it's all too well.
You love being the draft guy right now.
You take the pick.
You're finally going to get a decent player.
You take the pick.
All right, Jamie?
Do we think they need to try to tank the season at this
No,
point? I think
there's no tanking.
Naturally.
Yeah.
So I think we can accomplish both things at the same time.
Okay. Scooter?
Yeah, I'm a yay. I'm a yay on this one. There is no point in winning any other game this season. Dak is out. A backup quarterback, unless you're the Eagles, somehow is not going to win a Super Bowl for you. So let's take.
I'm going to take a step further then. I know I'm not supposed to ad-lib, but we're going to.
Let's do it.
We're not going to go player because it's too in-depth. You get one position you think, if let's just say they're all equal players. Like let's just pretend that each player is as they're even. What position would you draft? What would you draft?
That's an interesting one. I would probably look at, because they do have to start looking at the future at the position, I'd probably look at a quarterback.
Okay. I'm going to switch it up. I know everyone talks about the defense struggling and all that. I really think they need help on offense. They can't do anything. CD's getting double teamed. I'd go the best receiver in college football that they can get. Scooter?
This is going to be a very unpopular pick here, but the game is won on the trenches.
Yes.
Okay. Offensive line, defensive line. The BPA at offensive or defensive line is who I'm taking in the first. It's going to be unsexy, but so was drafting Travis Frederick. So was drafting Zach Martin. We need another unsexy pick, so then we can start making the sexy picks later.
Okay, now remember, there's no DBA. They're equally the same player. O-line or D-line, what do you pick?
O-line or D-line. It could go either one.
No, but what would you pick?
Toss a coin, so let's just say O-line for now.
Okay. All right. Jamie.
All right, Yates, I don't think they're going wide receiver there. They just got Jonathan Mingo a couple days ago. They're not going wide receiver in the first.
That was good.
I do think they need offensive help, and I think it needs to be a running back.
A running back. All right. Those are all good. I like that. That was spontaneous. The best, hey, someone's best on this show finally. Lombardo's is better than the Cowboys brand. Lombardo. The best clothier in the entire nation, designer clothes here in Dallas. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can see the entire shows that we've done, also broken up into little segments, which are little appetizers for you as well. Hey, everybody, thanks for being part of it. Thank y'all for being part of the show. Thank you for watching the show. We'll see you again down the road. Dallas Football Network.